What happened first was that you suddenly realised that there were animals that had been there once and aren't there anymore. The public as a whole thought, well, it's interesting, but they didn't actually realise we were changing the world, you know, or even consider that we might be changing the climate. And for a long time, it suited people to bury their heads in the sand. But it is to do with us, and we know about the way the world works. That's what science is about.
I got to figure out that most people don't actually think about buildings, but what most people need and crave is connection. And in this time when change seems to be accelerating exponentially, it's these connections to one another that will ground us. And architecture provides opportunities for people to connect.
In a very specialised field, but one which is very important to help people really understand historic buildings and their heritage. And I think if people like myself and the other tutors on these courses don't share our knowledge that we've acquired over many, many years, those skills, that understanding, that appreciation will be lost.
We should think about our cities not just as problems, as problematic, as remove and rebuild, but actually as sites of wonderful opportunity and potential. And that actually many of our existing buildings, even though there are problems in them, they are not actually the be-all and end-all, and that we should start to move away from perhaps this early modernism, that there is a bit of tabula rasa, as I mentioned very early on, but that our city's life is in the vitality and the fact that it does come from multiple periods throughout history, and that we are merely one tiny portion of this era.
You can see now finished, and and there it is in North London, in Shoreditch, finished and completely made from timber. And that is the number of tree seeds that it took to grow the trees that built that building. So it's about 2.8 trees per person that live in that building. And for every one of those trees that was cut down to build that building, 5 more were planted in its place.